Positional-only arguments in Python are arguments which can only be passed by positions. Python's own built-in abs function actually demonstrates this feature outright. Its documentation says it takes in an argument x, then it has a forward slash, and its functionality is obviously to find the absolute value of a number. The forward slash is what denotes positional-only arguments. Every argument that occurs before the slash must be passed as a positional argument. Let's test this out. Abs of x equals 3. You'll see we get an error that abs takes no keyword arguments, thus seeing the feature in action. Why might we want to do this? Well, let's see it in action with our own function. Def add takes in two numbers, n1 and n2, and they are both positional only. Inside, it returns n1 plus n2. So hopefully the main reason to use positional only arguments are popping out to you. I defined add to take in two parameters, n1 and n2. I could have just as easily called those parameters x and y, and you wouldn't have batted an eye. When it comes to functions like this, where the names of the arguments aren't very meaningful, it's a good idea to use positional-only arguments. Another reason, if for some reason we went back later and changed these two parameter names to x and y, this would break no existing code that relies on this function, because we disallowed people to call this function using keyword arguments. Keyword-only arguments in Python are arguments which can only be passed as keywords. Python's own built-in max function actually demonstrates this feature outright. Its documentation says it takes in something like a container of stuff, then a star, which means everything after this is a keyword-only argument, then optionally a default value, meaning the value to return if the container is empty, then, also optionally, a key argument that would be a function to determine the max value in a way different than how max does it by default. The star is what denotes keyword-only arguments. Every argument that occurs after the star must be passed as a keyword argument. Let's test this out. Max of empty list and 3. You'll see we get an error where Python tried to directly compare the empty list and the value 3. Why might we want to do this? Well, hopefully the first reason just popped out to you with the example. Disambiguation. Without making the default value keyword argument, max cannot tell if you're meaning to compare the empty list and the 3 directly, or if you'll wind the max out of the list. Then if nothing is in it, you want 3 returned. If you simply put default equals before the 3, this would get rid of the error. Another reason is to provide extra protections around improper ordering. If you're reasonably good at math, you'll know 2 to the third does not equal 3 to the second. So we could make our own function, def mypow, that takes in base and exp and makes both of them keyword-only arguments. Inside, we will just return base exponentiation operator exp. Now, it doesn't matter which way we order the arguments. If the base is 2 and the exp is 3, we'll always get 8. This has been Jakubication. Like and subscribe to learn more.